Hey people, on today's episode of the Lost BTS, we are going to be doing our ingredient deep dive on citric acid. So as you all know, citric acid is gotten from the citrus fruit, and the common name is citric acid. The inky name is also citric acid. So inky name is the general name that cosmetic formulators use to identify the particular ingredient that they are talking about, because two ingredients may have the same common name but never the same inky name. So see inky name as the botanical name, yeah, something like that. And INCI stands for International Nomenclature of Cosmetic Ingredient. Now that we've gotten that aside, citric acid is an AHA, which means that it exfoliates the skin. But in the course of our usage of citric acid, like the way the Lost Skincare uses citric acid is mainly as a pH adjuster. Yeah, you heard me right. We only use it as a pH adjuster, and it just means that we just use it to stabilize the pH of a particular product, and it does a good job at that. It may come off looking like a salt or sugar, but I promise it is nothing like that. When we use it as a pH adjuster, we use it in very little quantity that is almost invisible, almost unnoticed. So when you check our products, when you go through our ingredients list on our product, you will see that citric acid is placed at the bottom, and any item you see at the bottom of the ingredient list means that it is used in very little quantity. We'll talk about ingredient list some other time, but for today we're talking about citric acid. Now let's talk about how it works as a pH adjuster. So looking at this pH reading, it says that a product can range from 1 to 14. So when a product is around 6 pH 6 and you want to use citric acid to drive that product back to 4.5 or 5.5, you know that the skin's natural pH is between 4.5 and 5.5. So we formulate product to be within that grade or that level, except if there is any need for a product to be above it. That's when it calls for black soaps, your body cleansers. They don't stay around that level. But when you want to work on when you want to use citric acid to adjust pH, if your product is at pH 6, it will help to drive that product, especially when you add it carefully. Please, when you add it carefully, it drives the pH down to 5.0 or 5.5, depends on how you want it. And please, when you are adjusting, be careful while adjusting. Look at this one. I'm using 50% citric acid solution in my adjustment, like in my formulation, and I could use this high amount because of the strength or the capacity of my formulation, or how advanced I've gotten with my formulation. Please, if you're a beginner, do not start by using 50% citric acid buffer solution. No, don't do that. You can always start small. You can always start with 10%. All right, you can always start with 10% and then scale up from there. I hope that explains it. If you have any question, please do not hesitate to ask. Bye for now.